Alright, I wanted to do this video because I didn't really think about it. I've been really thinking about doing this video. And I want to talk about how a lot of people put DBZ characters on this high pedestal where they don't clearly belong at. A lot of people put Goku as universal or multi-galaxy, and it doesn't belong there. It really doesn't belong in those It really doesn't belong on that stature. When Dragon Ball, a lot of Dragon Ball feats clearly don't work clearly don't mean what a lot of people think they mean. A lot of people use power scaling and a lot of weird ways to get answers that they really don't belong there. you know, like a lot of people use the Master Roshi's feat, destroying the moon, and then use his power level, and then by using his power level, get characters, who should be able to destroy galaxies and stuff, because power scaling. But clearly doesn't work like that. And they clearly show nothing. They show no feats or anything that suggests that they're anywhere near that level of power. They're anywhere near that level of power. They're clearly nowhere near as powerful as a lot of people think they are. And they're as fast or as strong. Goku's fight with Beerus was ridiculous. It was, it was absurd. His power was absurd when he fought Beerus, and then right after fighting Beerus, it went back down, and nothing ever happens again to suggest he's even that strong. Heck, his fight with Frieza shows that he's not really that strong. And SSJ Blue Vegeta was pretty much vaporized in the planet bursting attack. But when the planet detonated, it pretty much killed the character, who should be by power scaling, universal, multi-galaxy, or somewhere way higher than planet. He should have been higher than planet, be able to take a planet busting attack, and he died. And it clearly doesn't work like that. A lot of people have Dragon Ball Z characters on they're just on this huge pedestal where they don't belong, and they had people these fanboys have to use. They have to do all these mental gymnastics to get these weird answers. They clearly just not the right answer. Where you going? Let me think. It just this just doesn't work. If we think about it before, we take it two parts. Before Battle of Gods, Goku has really nothing to suggest anything that he can destroy galaxies or multiple planets or anything. He's done nothing that suggests this idea. People still use the whole Kachin Cube thing as a feat of proving that he can lift the weight of a neutron star and he's this certain strength. When they didn't even technically say that, they said that it was hard, and not quickly. They were not talking about its heaviness. They're talking about its hard. They weren't talking about how heavy it was. They're talking about how hard it was because Goku was throwing it. Goku was to throw it, and then Gohan was to try to slice it in half with the Z sword. But they weren't talking about how heavy it was. Even if they were, it wouldn't matter anyway, as it'd just be some random event that would then not mean anything when it needs to. When the show needs him to be weak, he'll be weak. He'll be unable to do anything like that. They've all these characters have ever done is at best destroy planets. Even Frieza surviving the detonation of Planet Namek when he was cut in half. Makes him and then makes him seem very strong. And people use power scaling, then saying that any character with a power level higher than his should be able to technically do the same thing. And and it's they can't. Even the SSJ Blue Vegeta proves that they really can't do it. It's the show clearly doesn't work like that. The show power levels don't mean anything. They're not accurate representations of people's abilities. like, and the whole multiplier stuff doesn't work either, because it just ties into the power level thing. They're not accurate representations of anything. Anytime they say it multiplies my ability by this many, it doesn't mean anything. All it does is it means that their abilities are increased. They can't use it as any real accurate representation of their abilities. You know, it can't. They clearly can't. They don't. The show contradicts that idea. If you would, you could. Then they should be able to do something that close that suggests the idea. Like, then these characters would be astronomically powerful, but they never do anything like that. The only time anything really like that has ever happened is when Goku fought Beerus, and even then, it's just the stupid feat that's just there for the moment. It's just something that looks cool. That's all it is. It's supposed to get people pumped up, I don't know. I don't know. I also want to talk about like I want to talk about like Goku versus Superman and the whole screw attack thing. A lot of people feel like Goku was cheated out of victory. Even though he didn't really deserve to win. Like them saying Superman being infinite is, again, not exactly accurate. It's not really an accurate statement. But at the end of the day, Superman is a character who's just ridiculous in ability, and Goku just doesn't really compare. He just really hasn't. When we compare to things he's done, and even things he has done, like technically fighting Beerus doesn't even count, because, again, it's a feat. It doesn't hold up. It's a feat that doesn't hold up anything. It just doesn't. Like people clearly think, like people will say like it does because the feat happened, but the nature of the show, it just don't. It doesn't support that. It doesn't. The feats afterward contradict this idea, and Goku is a character who's on a consistent basis doesn't really do anything like that. You know, I mean, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. People put characters Goku at this ridiculous speed and strength. And he just doesn't belong. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't. I don't know why. A lot of people just have this character, this super strong character. This character who's like a Sky Father, and you're like, oh, he can destroy many universes, and he's like multiversal, and it's like, it's not. He's not even like that. Like, Dragon Ball Z characters aren't like that. They're nowhere near like that. At the best, at the end of the day, they're at the end of the day, at best, casual plant busters. You know, that's best. That's the best. Even Beerus or Whis, again, a casual planet buster. You're most likely, Beerus has no feats other than really just destroying a planet, busting planets. He really doesn't do anything that puts him super high. He doesn't do anything that puts him super high. The show wouldn't necessarily support that. Even if he did do something like destroy a galaxy, it'd probably just be retconned by doing something that's a lot weaker than that, so it can work. So his power can then work for the moment. It just doesn't work. I don't know. A lot of people put them in high feats. It's like when Goku went up against Superman. It wasn't a battle in his favor. It really wasn't. A lot of people think it should have been. And Goku clearly should have had that, and he doesn't. He really just doesn't. It just isn't a battle in his favor. You know, like a lot of people, they exaggerate Goku's abilities. They even exaggerate things. Like they even use these weird like if you when they use Goku, they had to come up with these weird strategies and arguments to make Goku competitive. They have to make it a battle. They have to come up with these weird arguments. Use this, or use kryptonite, and it's like do things Goku wouldn't think about or even know about doing. Like he can clearly just do that. And King Kai, and it's like it doesn't work. Even if he did have these things, it still doesn't guarantee him anything, because with Goku's stats, he doesn't really compare. He just doesn't. Superman has countermeasures against using kryptonite or magic anyway. So it's like, what does it really matter? It's it's just not a battle. I don't know why people think it really is. People think it is. Dragon Ball Z characters are just. I just got tired of hearing them being on this pedestal where they clearly don't belong. They just don't. I don't know. I'll probably make another video really talking about why Goku and Superman is just not really a good matchup. And, why don't you comment below why you think you disagree, if you agree or disagree with my statement in this video.